Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Sarah and today I want to review this gorgeous wig for you, which is my favorite by Ellen Wille, called Eclat, in the color Pearl Blonde Rooted. Now, if you want to know what special features she has, how the color is composed, how the cap looks from the inside, and why it's my favorite, then stick around and let's get started. Now, I've shown her to you before in my recent video about my favorite wig brands and already told you that it's my favorite Ellen Wille style. I've actually had her for years, I'm not sure, at least 2 or 3 years or even longer, and I have no idea why I've never shown her to you before, so I thought now it's really time to do so, as long as she still looks beautiful, I hope. But due to the fact that she is a little older, and I also had to treat her with heat several times, of course, but I tried not to disturb the wave pattern, which is absolutely gorgeous. She might look a little different than when you get a brand new one, of course, and also, you know, in that amount of time, styles can change and you never know if a new one looks exactly like this. Now, there are several reasons why this is my favorite Ellen Wille style. One of them being that she is like a dupe, an exact copy of my all-time favorite style by Raquel Welch called Editor's Pick Elite. This one here is also an elite cap, meaning they're both completely hand-tied and absolutely luxurious. And another reason is probably that the special features are done extremely well on this style. She has the most beautiful lace front on an Ellen Wille wig I've seen. And there are just a few other styles I've had in the past that were produced for Raquel Welch Germany by Ellen Wille that also have these great special features. Another reason why I love her so much is because she's super easy to wear, she's not a face flopper, and she has that volume that I love. She doesn't hang down super flat like a Beltress style, for example. And she's probably not the most modern, up-to-date style, but more or less a classic. And I love volume, and that's why I love this style. But nevertheless, I think she looks super realistic due to those very great special features. She's shoulder length, but layered throughout the style, and those waves are really absolutely gorgeous. Now, the cap features an extended lace front and a full mono top, and the rest of the cap is almost fully hand-tied with just a couple of wefts in the back. And as always, I'm going to show you this from up close as well. Now, here's the lace front. I think it's done extremely well. The density is perfect. You can't really see through a lot. The knots are super fine and hardly to spot. And it's extended down to approximately here into the ear tabs. And also the mono top and the part here is done super well. You can see through to my scalp just as you should, but nevertheless it still has enough density on top. This is something they keep changing lately and make the tops very low density, which I don't like at all. But this one here really has the perfect density in my opinion. And like I said, the special features are so extremely well done. I'm absolutely in love. All right, now let's have a look at her from all sides, and after that, of course, also outside in natural daylight. So, how do you like Eclat? Do you love her? Do you agree she really looks like Editor's Pick? And do you maybe have her, or is she on your wish list? Please let me know in the comments below. Now, the cap fits, I would say, petite average. It's a little smaller than other hand-tied caps. It fits perfectly on me, but my head is also a little bit smaller than average, not in circumference, but with the other measurements. And I doubt that this would fit a larger head very well. So if you're used to hand-tied caps by Raquel Welch, or belle tress, for example, this might run a little small. But the cap, like I said, is done extremely beautifully, and of course, as always, we're gonna have a look at the cap from the inside. So here's the cap from the inside. Here you can see that gorgeous lace front that is extended all the way into the ear tabs. Here's the typical seam between lace front and mono top, which is huge, by the way, so we really have enough parting space. She has felt covered ear tabs and quite some makeup stains. I really should wash her sometime soon. And the whole part here is, like I said, hand tied, and here are some wefts in the back. She has an extended nape and adjustable straps with Velcro, and as you can see, they're all like maxed out. I didn't take this in at all, and she still sits a little snug or small. Overall, this is a very well made, very high quality cap. Now, the fibers are heat-defined fibers, but they're the good ones. As you know, fibers tend to vary even within a brand. So I recently mentioned in my favorite brands video that Ellen Wille has some of the worst heat-defined fibers I've ever experienced. But these ones here are really great. She still looks super great, like brand new. And after all these years, they really wear well. Of course, you know, with that length, you always have to treat them with heat from time to time. And I've done that just in the ends, and I didn't disturb the wave pattern. And I think she held up beautifully. Also, the fibers look super realistic. They're not shiny like regular synthetic, and that's why I really love them. Now, is there any permatease? Well, actually, there is a little bit. Not here on the hand-tied part. There's none on the mono top. None in the crown, but I can definitely feel some permatease back at the nape. And also on the sides, there's quite some permatease, you know, where the wefts are. But I guess this is just needed to give her that volume. And it's definitely not visible permatease, so I really don't mind. And like I said, it's really comfortable. Now, the density, I would say, is medium. It's definitely not a low density like on some other hand-tied caps, but also not a high density. It's a medium density, and like I said, the density is perfect in my opinion. All right, now let's have a look at that gorgeous color outside in natural daylight. Isn't that color just gorgeous? It's called Pearl Blonde Rooted and has the color code 101-14-16. Now, as you know, colors always vary with Ellen Wille, and I have over 7 different variations of Pearl Blonde Rooted in my list here, and I'm sure there are more. These are just some I found, and this exact application of Pearl Blonde Rooted is the same as, for example, on Girl Mono. So if you have Girl Mono in Pearl Blonde Rooted and love the color, it's the exact same shade on Eclat. And Ellen Wille describes the color as a medium ash and medium blonde blend with pearl platinum and shaded roots. If we have a short look at the color codes, the 101 is the lightest and coolest platinum, which is the dominant color here, I would say. That's why I love it so much. I think it really shines, and it has highlights at the hairline, which I absolutely love, but it's not overdone. And then the 14 is a medium ash blonde, which is the base color and gives this a very ashy appeal, of course. And the 16 is a honey blonde, and this is what makes it a little bit warmer. So I would say the color is still cool to neutral, but rather cool, but it definitely doesn't look grayish. As so often with ashy blondes, this one here really doesn't look gray because of that honey blonde, which gives it the right amount of warmth. It's a bright color with a little dark root. I'm not sure. I think this is an 8 root. I personally would prefer at least a 12 or some lighter root, but I think nevertheless the blend looks gorgeous and I absolutely love this color. Alright, that was my review of Eclat. I hope you liked it and it's helpful. If you haven't done so yet, please subscribe to my channel so you won't miss any future video, and there's a new one coming out each Friday. And I'm always happy about a like, thumbs up if you like this video, and so YouTube also knows that you like it and will hopefully also suggest it to other viewers. Now, thank you all so much for being here. I really appreciate it. I hope you're well, stay that way, and I will see you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye. She has the most beautiful lace front on an Ellen wig. Ellen wig. She has the most beautiful lace front on an Ellen Wille bauble. and will hopefully also suggest. Now, if you'd like to compare it to my favorite style, I'm gonna link Editor's Pick Elite right here, and maybe you also like this video here, or you're just watching both.